who wins? Who wins between Justin Gaethje and Paddy the Baddy? So, I have always thought Justin Gaethje. I've just always thought that Justin was too much for him. But, you know, in fairness, I really never thought about the fight. Fight got announced. It was a bit of a surprise. Right around the holidays. Got other things going on. I never really gave it a lot of consideration. So, Paddy the Baddy goes out. He has a grappling event over the weekend, and I like that. I think it's cool. I did a thing today. I just left a group of fighters. So, this topic was red hot. We're all sitting around talking about it. And it was very mixed. There was 4 industry insiders. Should I call them that? Trying to avoid the names. But we got 4 industry insiders, and it's 2 and 2. 2 say it's going to be Gaethje, and 2 says it's going to be Paddy. There was a consensus, though, and I don't know if I agree with this, but I don't know because I haven't really given this a lot of thought. There was a consensus that Paddy has to take Gaethje down, and that if you go back and you look over the history of Gaethje's career, people don't take him down. All right, if you're not named Khabib, you likely don't have a takedown over Justin Gaethje. That's true. That might not be literal, but just like thinking about his career off the top of my head, that sounds close to right. So, do you agree with that much? Do you agree that Paddy has to take him down? And if you're picking Paddy, then that means you think Paddy is going to take him down. Which, by the way, you're then counting on a lot of luck once he gets there. You know, or a lot of good success once he gets there, keeping him there, submitting him, passing to positions, pounding him out, whatever it is you think's going to happen. But it has to start with the takedown, if you subscribe to that. And meanwhile, the argument would be if it stays on his feet that it would go to Gaethje. Is it that straightforward? I don't think so. And based on what we've seen, I could see where you could come to that conclusion. I'm just sharing, if you follow the sport as a whole, we don't really see that anymore. We don't really see a lot of this, this guy's the better striker and this guy's the better grappler. That's very 1993 thinking. And we've dismissed Paddy for so long. I mean, I feel like we've dismissed him for 8 fights. Is he now 8-0 in the UFC? That's off the top of my head, but I think I'm right. Is he now 4 years in the UFC? That's off the top of my head, but I think I'm right. And yeah, he does favor grappling, but he used to favor grappling to submissions. Now he's favoring grappling to ground and pound. So the only thing that you really learn through that statement is that you don't really know what he's going to do. And he doesn't really do something until somebody shows a defense to what he prefers to do, right? You get your first option, your second option, your third option. Guys are good enough, you never see the third option. It was questioned many times, how good of a striker is Khabib? Well, what difference does it make? I mean, you could tell me that you've never seen him strike, but the other side of the coin is you've never seen anybody stop the takedown, so why would he strike? Like, it gets to be a little bit philosophical. Is there anything we've seen or even heard from training footage from Paddy that says that he can't fight on his feet? No. That's not true. Bobby Green is a hell of a striker, just for example. Bobby Green could go out and strike with Gaethje. Whether you like that statement or not, he could. So who wins that fight? And we spend so much time talking about the physical side, and then we watch these fights, and it ends up being something mental. And where are they at mentally? Justin Gaethje is making statements that sound like the end is near. I mean, he made a statement to get this fight, which was, give me the fight or give me my release. And Trevor Whitman, Justin's coach, came out and had a statement today that said, this is our last run. But before you think or you misinterpret that for some guys that got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, which is very real. guys are considering retirement, and Dana's the first to come out and tell them, hey, man, if that's even on your mind, go. Because this isn't going to work out. That's true. It doesn't work out. However, I think you might be misinterpreting Justin Gaethje, and I think you would for sure be misinterpreting Trevor Whitman. I believe that those guys are putting themselves in a position, which the great athletes will all do, simply of urgency. I believe when Trevor Whitman says this is our last run, I think that he's telling his athlete, get it right. I don't think that they're talking about considering being done. I think it's more like when Spain burned the ships, so there was no other way to return. They had to conquer. That's my own interpretation. I would love to hear yours.